October 1347, Messina, Sicily. 12 silent ghost ships drop anchor. Harbor masters board, finding a floating graveyard of rotting bodies covered in black boils. Too late. A microscopic killer has just invaded Europe. Before the ghosts arrived, Europe was already a ticking biological bomb. Climate change brought endless rain, rotting crops, and the Great Famine of 1315. A malnourished, stunted generation grew up with permanently crippled immune systems. Then, look at the cities. Paris, London, Florence. They were open sewers, where human waste was thrown into streets, and black rats nested in thatched roofs. People feared the wind, burning incense to fight miasma, unaware the true killer was crawling on their floors. But how did an Asian bacteria reach Europe? Through history's greatest irony, peace. The Pax Mongolica secured the Silk Road. Trade exploded. But pathogens travel on the exact same roads as profit. Globalization connected ecosystems, transforming the trade route into a biological superhighway. And that connection was about to kill them. In Siena, tax collector Agnolo di Tura watched society collapse. As bodies were layered in trenches like lasagna, fear choked empathy. Agnolo wrote of fathers abandoning children. He stayed, burying his own 5 children with his own hands. In Florence, Giovanni Boccaccio watched pigs sniff infected rags tossed into the street and drop dead within an hour. The touch of a coin or doorknob became a death sentence. In Avignon, surgeon Guy de Chauliac categorized the bubonic and pneumonic killers. Infected himself, he survived, saving the Pope by sitting between 2 blistering fires, keeping the deadly fleas away. We must go back 1 year, to the siege of Caffa on the Black Sea. Inside, Genoese merchants. Outside, the Mongol army led by Jani Beg. Suddenly, a strange sickness decimates the Mongol tents. Furious in retreat, Jani Beg orders revenge. He loads trebuchets with the black, rotting corpses of his infected soldiers, launching a rain of diseased flesh over the fortress walls. The terrified Genoese flee on 12 galleys, sailing for Sicily. They believe they are escaping hell. They are bringing it with them. The demon is unleashed, riding on the backs of fleas. Yersinia pestis starves the flea, driving it mad to bite humans. The victim dies 3 ways. Bubonic, agonizing black boils. Pneumonic, coughing blood, spraying the killer into the air. Septicemic, blood rotting, turning flesh pitch black. Within 24 hours, law collapses. Priests nail infected families inside their homes to die in the dark. Flagellants whip themselves in town squares, their bleeding wounds spreading the fleas. In Strasbourg, hysteria peaks on Valentine's Day. 2,000 innocent souls were lost. Humanity's soul rotted before its flesh. By 1351, the dying slowed, not from a miracle, but because the fire ran out of wood. Up to half of Europe was erased in 48 months. Villages were swallowed by forests. But then, a beautiful paradox emerged. The people died, but their wealth did not. Lords were desperate for workers, but the workers were gone. For the first time in history, the poor had leverage. Peasants demanded double wages or walked away. The invisible chains of feudalism were broken by an invisible bacteria. The lower classes wore dead nobles' silk and demanded wine. The plague killed the poor, but it killed their poverty. 2.5 miles down rests the Titanic. The Black Death is a warning that our greatest conqueror was a single cell of bacteria. Yersinia pestis redrew the global map, faster than Rome. It reminds us that the Earth belongs to the microbes. We are just temporary guests. Look in the mirror. Today, our Titanics are made of silicon and code. We believe technology is our ultimate watertight compartment. Yet when scientists warn of modern pathogens, we still shove them under paperweights, saying, "Shut up, we are busy." We keep sailing straight into the dark. The past is not a graveyard. It is a lighthouse. While the plague proved nature can erase us, sometimes humanity executes the knowledge itself. 1258, Baghdad, a city of wisdom surrounded by a sea of Mongol horses. The day the river ran black with ink and red with blood. Next time, the sack of Baghdad. To hear the warnings, hit subscribe. I am Kang, and this is History Reborn.